More fake concert music? The lead singer from the band Testament has come forward recently with some very serious allegations towards the famous 80s rock band Def Leppard. The frontman from the rock band Testament, Chuck Billy, recently came forward in an interview with the Sinkin' Stanley on YouTube, where he was asked how he felt about bands using pre-recorded tracks at live shows. While this is a very unauthentic way to perform in front of your fans, the use of backing tracks has become increasingly popular over the past few years, especially for pop genre artists and old rock bands who can't perform like they used to due to old age. When asked about how he felt bands using backing tracks, Billy responded, quote, "That's not my thing. I definitely don't lip sync. I think the only time I've ever had to lip sync is when you shoot videos for like MTV, of course. Those aren't live. Every band does it. You perform to the track and you lip sync it. So it's not the most fun because it's not real. So I'm sure I'm much uglier and nastier looking when I'm singing live than in a video you see on MTV or somewhere out there. I guess there's bands out there that probably need help. I know there's bands like Def Leppard that use a lot of backing tracks, but that's also backing tracks for the big sound, cause obviously you can't get all their voices live unless you bring in a choir. So there's an exception to the rule. While explaining his disliking of backing track usage and lip syncing, which isn't out of the ordinary for musicians, Chuck Billy throws a pretty serious accusation into the end of his response, accusing the legendary rock band Def Leppard of using lots of backing tracks at their live shows. Over the years, Def Leppard members have denied using claims of backing tracks over and over again, as Chuck Billy isn't the first one to accuse the band of using backing tracks. Def Leppard guitarist Phil Collen explained back in 2019, quote, "We've always used keyboard things in parts of a drum loop like on Rocket. You couldn't really play that part live, so we've used stuff like that. But that's as far as it goes. Our vocals are always live, and that's the big difference. We're like a live vocal band. That's something a lot of other bands don't do. They kind of fake the vocals and it's not really them. But this is really us. It's real." Colin is essentially denying all accusations of backing track usage in this statement, with the exception of keyboard and drum looping parts in songs like the band's hit Rocket, as he claimed they would be impossible to perform 100% live. Testament frontman Chuck Billy isn't the only notable rock star to accuse Def Leppard of using backing tracks and performing an unauthentic show in general. The guitarist from the band Wasp, Chris Holmes, also accused Def Leppard of using backing tracks at their live shows. He explained, quote, "If you pay to see a real gig, it should be real, whether they sound good or like crap. That's the way I look at it. I don't sample, I never will. I would rather play when I'm a bit off, but it's for real. Some people would rather do it. I heard Motley Crue is doing it. Def Leppard has to sample. You can't do them 8-part harmonies on the vocals unless you have other people singing in the background." Here we see very similar claims as the one made by Chuck Billy, and further evidence that Def Leppard is indeed lying when they claim not to use backing tracks. Famous old bands like Def Leppard aren't the only ones to be hit with backing track allegations like this. Take Motley Crue for example. Estranged guitarist Mick Mars came forward a couple months ago exposing how his former band had been using backing tracks at all their recent shows. If you're as big of a fan of classic rock as we are, make sure to check out our brand new merch store where we're selling a bunch of awesome products. Make sure to check it out and support your pride for rock while also supporting the channel at the same time. What do you think about bands using backing tracks at their live shows? While you can argue that the bands are robbing concert goers of an authentic show by faking the whole thing, but you can also argue that aging rock bands like Def Leppard and Motley Crue need to use backing tracks in order to put on a semi-decent show in their old age? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.